Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Under the Lights Racing League Cup Series. This is your voice for the action tonight, INF, and tonight we bring you the Magic Mile. We bring you one of the most exciting short tracks on the NASCAR game. We head up north to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway tonight for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12th race of the season. I'm not very able to keep track with the race numbers, but regardless of that, we are here tonight. Regardless. So, this has definitely been a much anticipated race. For a lot of the drivers, obviously kind of not really a chaotic track, but it definitely drives very aggressively, very flat, and very minimal banking. Not one grooved, but can be at times. But it makes for some fantastic barn burner short track racing. Going to go ahead and get the race lineup in for you guys here tonight, as we have 18 drivers set to take the grid tonight. Starting off with our pole sitter in the 24 of Mole in the Hole, followed by the second place driver of the 17 of Tomato, followed by third, the 21 of Clater, in fourth, the 7 of Deeport Eddy, in fifth, the 9 of Irate Pluto, in sixth, the 42 of SP, qualifying seventh is the 48 of Hack, qualifying eighth is the 43 of LRS, qualifying ninth, the 18 of Flash Champs, rounding out the top 10 in qualifying is the 1 of Storm, in 11th is the 8 of Kinney, in the 6th is Ardeni in 12th, in 13th is the 20 of Loadbroke, in 14th is the 4 of Hunter, in 15th is the 99 of Crimson Sniper, in 16th is the 12 of Drake, in 17th is the 5 of Mr. J, and rounding out the field in 18th is the 45 of Heathen, making his series return tonight. So this is going to be a 150-mile race, which at a almost exact 1-mile racetrack means that we're going to have 150 laps around this place. Going to be quite exciting. I'm going to see, do we have some news? I guess we do. I guess I will go over the UTLR hot news provided to me from Storm and SP, so thank you both so much for this. And, it's just appeared in my face, so I guess this would be a better time than any to shout out our sponsor, the Xbox One Esports Racing community, for their continued support of all the UTLR series and all racing series out there. They do a fantastic job, and we appreciate them for what they do for us. And, Now, first of all, we have our Truck Series race recap, which we had last night. I won. Spoiler. Sorry. But yeah, if you didn't catch that race, you should go back and check it out. It was a fantastic race. A bunch of overtakes and a barn burner finish. Side by side coming in the line. It was a lot of fun. And, it sets the tone for tonight's race. And then as far as our race preview for our Xfinity Series, which is set to go tomorrow, the Xfinity Series is heading to South Carolina to take on the Lady in Black Darlington Raceway. Last week, we saw a dominant performance by Clater and is looking to go back-to-back. And other drivers like SP and LRS are looking to add to their wins on the season. Will we see a new winner, or will we see a repeat winner at one of our series' most chaotic racetracks? Darlington always puts on a show for us, whether it be on the track or in the booth or at home. As far as our race preview for tonight for the Cup Series is heading up to the north to the state of New Hampshire to take on the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Last week was a very chaotic challenge where we saw cars and drivers get as hot as the Phoenix Sun. This time around, many drivers are still looking for that first elusive win on the year, and time is starting to slowly run out. Mole has dominated the last few weeks, and it seems nobody has been able to stop him. Will we see Mole continue to have dominance, or will somebody be able to stop him? Before the race, I believe it was SP that was able to catch up with Irate Pluto. In an interview with Irate Pluto, but he was asked. He's been on quite a tear the last few races, and have had a lot of drivers believing in Eric Pluto to potentially be a Final Four contender. Where has this speed come from the last few weeks? And Eric Pluto responded with, I think the new cars with the shifting and driving are a little tighter, fits my driving style. Also, I have a little different driving style this year, trying to stay out of the packs and beating on each other's doors. And as far as our quote-unquote betting odds, so we have for tonight's race, Mole in the hole, a plus 180 favorite. He's the top number one pick to win this race, I guess, with Tomato being a plus 200 and SP being plus 220, with the long shots being Load Broke at plus 2,950, Crimson Sniper at plus 3,300, and our Denny being the lowest bet on with plus 3,750. I'm not so sure about that. Just want to make sure something. Okay, yeah. I don't believe we've had all of our spots or slots filled out for this quite yet, which is why I'm going to promote this. But if you are interested in running in an F2 series coming up on what I believe to be Mondays, I could be wrong on that, but if you're interested in joining a F2 series with a bunch of high talented drivers, please hit up UTLR Storm or SP or LRS or Hunter. If you're interested in racing in our new F2 series that is coming up in March, we're so excited to get that started up. I'll be competing in that, and it'll be a lot of fun. So, yeah. Let's go into our points spread as far as the Cup Series goes. So, after Phoenix, Mole was able to open up his points lead to 80 points over second place of Tomato, with SP still being stagnant in third. Actually, our top 5 in points have not changed since last week. It goes Mole, number 1, Tomato 2, SP 3, Flash Champ 4, and Irate Pluto in 5th. The change being the Project 27 car actually was able to surpass the 44 of Wombat in the points. So the Project 27 car goes to 6th, with Wombat moving down to 7th. LRS stays stagnant at 8th, same with Hack in 9th, and Loadbrook in 10th. But a big switch up in the cut near the cut line. Storm jumps from 13th in the points to 11th. A big move for him, as that whole cut line area is becoming very competitive, with Kenny moving up to 12th and Drake moving up to 13th. Brad Ranger falling to 14th. Crimson Sniper staying at 15th. Ardeni staying at 16th, and High Road staying at 17th. As far as our Rookie of the Year battle goes, Loadbrook is leading that campaign at a plus 13 at a 13-point lead over his competitor Brad Ranger, with High Road, then Clater, then Hunter being in that fight. And coming down to it, we are down to just, including this race, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because there's a Phoenix doubleheader. Or 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 16 races left until the playoffs, excuse me. Oh my goodness. So a lot of time for these drivers to still have a chance to get back into the playoff hunt and try and get enough playoff points to where they can get in with no relative worries. We should be getting the lobby set up soon. And I should probably get going over the schedules for next week for the series, or races that are coming up in UTLR. As previously stated, tomorrow the Xfinity Series is heading to Darlington for what is undoubtedly going to be a very exciting race. You're going to have to tune into that, because that is going to be a lot of fun. Next week for the Truck Series on Tuesday, so next Tuesday, is going to be the second race of the Triple Truck Challenge for the Truck Series as we head to Phoenix, in which we were previously there for the Cup Series just last week. Now the Truck Series is taking their turn at it and heading out there. Going to be exciting with the way those trucks are driving. Next week for the Cup Series is actually going to be the All-Star break. So we're going to be having an All-Star race, races. More will be disclosed on that soon enough, or at least once I get more knowledge about it. I think we're doing 3 races. And then next week for the Xfinity Series, we head to Charlotte for one of the most anticipated ovals on the schedule. A lot of people are looking forward to that. With that being said, it should be noted that the next Cup race after New Hampshire, barring the All-Star race weekend, is Gateway or IRP. Wait, not IRP, excuse me. Um, WWT. I don't know. It's Gateway to me, and I don't know. I can only accept calling it St. Louis. Anything else is just like, no. It's either Gateway or St. Louis. Anything else is blah. I don't want to hear it. And also, you should make sure to tune into the podcasts on Fridays, led by Storm, SPLRS, and Hunter. Special guest this week. I have not heard anything as far as the special guest, so I'll have to wait and see on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for kind of the Cup Series and everything surrounding that. Is there anything else I should go over? Barring UTLR. I don't think so. Just looking at this to make sure. No, it doesn't look like there's exactly anything else of note. So I will just yap for the remainder of time. We should be getting the lobby set up probably right now, so you won't have to hear me talking for too much longer. At least not too much longer about other stuff. But let's see here. So Jimmy Johnson's extended his race schedule. We now know his full race schedule for next year. He's doing all of the ovals as forementioned. Is that really it? There's some other news. Jeffrey Earnhardt's heading back to Sam Hunt Racing. So that's something. McLaren revealed their F1 livery for next year, which has some fans a little bit questioned as far as why are they revealing it so out of the blue and so early. I would not have a really good guess on that. And I guess this is more recently that David Gravel's expressing his interest in maybe going back to NASCAR at some point, and making an appearance or two. But that's just speculation, not confirmed. What else is there? UFC's on this weekend. I will be watching that. Go Sean Strickland. I'm hoping to see a good fight. Oh yeah, and I guess this is more recently. I don't know why I haven't exactly stated this. But the new Ford Mustang, or Ford Mustang Dark Horse, will be debuting in the Xfinity Series, coinciding with the quote-unquote Dark Horse in the Cup Series. So a new body model, template, whatever you want to call it, for Ford in the Xfinity Series. So it'll be cool to see how that car does, as I think that's the only Xfinity car or any other car outside the Cup Series that's getting a remake or remodeling. It looks pretty nice. I'm a fan of the Fords. I'm always been a Ford guy, so yeah. Um, what's interesting is that AM Racing is only going to field one of the new Fords, or no, they're only going to field one Ford for their team. They're not going to field the 25 car that they usually do. They're going to instead focus their attention to Haley Deegan in her 15 car. Oh yeah, and there's also the Clash is coming up soon, so that'll be there. And the NASCAR Mexico Series is going to be doing a race on FS2 or no FS1, so I'll be able to watch that. That'll be a lot of fun. I've never seen a race, so yeah. Um, hmm. Let's see. What is there any other news? Kind of just like looking as far as like what's trending and what's not. Okay, I'll make sure to actually go through and see as far as who has onboards. If you want some onboards for tonight's race, you can go to UTLR underscore storm or King X Load Broke to go and get some live onboard premium action free from my voice. Evan. This is very coincidental because I usually never look at chat. Like, I never open the stream to see what's going on. And, wow. Hi. Uh, this is awkward. I don't really do, interacting. Because I'm, like, never on here. I'm usually just on my phone to, like, watch, the stream so I can get the info thing that you kind of need to do my job. I have 2,200 rewards points on this channel. My goodness. Maybe I should. What should I do? Modify a single emote? I don't think there's really much to do. Here, let's see how this looks. Darn it. I mean, I just modified that for no reason. Boo. I've just been scammed. This isn't fun. I don't like this. Oh yeah, I think the Heat like were crushing some team, like the Miami Heat were crushing a team like really badly. Oh no, never mind, they're losing. Or no, the Toronto was cooking the Heat. My bad. They were cooking like what was the score? I'm like doing the math. 30. No, wait. My math skills aren't exactly on par. It would be 40. It would have been 41 to 78 at halftime, and right now the Raptors are up big in the fourth quarter. I saw some like thing on my feed saying that there was like a massive score deficit, and I did not quite get the chance to see what that was. All right, let's see if I can try and predict this winner. Who is going to win at New Hampshire? And this is a very tough field, especially with who's in it tonight. And going off of what I'm seeing or what I have seen and my gut feeling, I am going to go. I'm going to go with Irate Pluto getting his first win on the season tonight. Maybe you'd be asking, INF, that sounds crazy. How is Irate Pluto going to win? I mean, wouldn't you go with like Mole or Tomato? Well, maybe that might be the smart pick, but I'm going with Irate Pluto because I think he has shown some good pace on these short tracks, and I think that this track has been But if my memory serves me correctly, it's done him pretty well in the past. I stand to believe that Ari Pluto is going to have a very good performance tonight. As far as who... Oh, well, never mind. You don't really... I'm going to have to hear that because I've been invited to the lobby. Thank you, LRS. So there you go. 50% race length on 2 times wear. Stages are on. Black flags are on. All cautions are going to be called by the administration team, as per standard. They will do a lap around to get into their allotted starting spots. It still feels weird to load in very fast, because usually when I'm like on my old console, it's like I'm still loading in at this point, and I'm just staring at the Fanatec screen. So now that I'm seeing the track, it's like, I don't know. I'm just so used to seeing like promotions shoved down my face for Fanatec. Oh, maybe that wasn't the best pause, like in between the sentence. I don't know. What's he going? Oh, thank you for the invite, Storm. But they're not going this time. Now, I will say that there has... No, not specifically here. But there has been some lag around Heat 5 recently in the game. I'm not sure if that's going to transfer over to here. As it looks right now, it doesn't look like we're having any lag. But I just know that that has been kind of affecting some leagues around the block. And I know it does suck, so... one racer to another. I'm sorry if your league's been impacted by it. I don't really know what's going down over on the lobby side of things, but you know what? Well, we've been through this before, so I'm sure we'll be out. It's fine, unscathed, as per usual. Well, 35 laps to open up stage number 1 for our drivers tonight. They will take the green flag at the start-finish line. Restart zone is going to be interesting tonight, as it is right off of turn number 4, but it is the classic pairing of Mole and Tomato leading the field to green. Green flag underway here from New Hampshire, race number 12 of the season. Immediately you can see Mole taking a really aggressive line, going all the way onto the apron to try and get better corner speed. As they exit off of turn number 2, Tomato already peeking to that outside. He's got what many drivers would say is the preferred line. You see SP go way deep into the corner, going almost into the wall, as people just trying to get things sorted out. SP on the fall off the start, lap 2. Lap 1 under power, give it to Mole, as he slides up the track a bit. It's allowing Tomato to try and poke his nose there. Can't find anything there. So we look back here for the battle for 4th place is heavily fought. Clater trying to work this around the outside lane. He's trying to stay off of Ari Pluto. SP's going to clear him and take over 4th. Deepor Eddie's off to a great start. Starting from outside of the top 5, he's moved up into 3rd. You see 3 wide back here for 6th. LRS working out from 8th on the start. Now having moved up into 7th. Big lunge there into the corner. See Deeport's going really up high. Flash Champs is a little further back. Take on board Tomato here. These two have pulled away. Mole dives in really deep into the corner, but Tomato's got that nice consistent line, kind of diamonding it. Three and 4, they go. I'm not sure what the draft package is looking like tonight, but if it's on anything less than like lowest or low, then people are going to get massive amounts of slipstream down the front and back stretch. Yep, I mean, I don't think is talked about a lot when you think about New Hampshire is going down those straightaways. I know it's a mile-long track, but still, these straightaways can give you a pretty good toe going into the corner, which can elevate passes for position. That's what we might be able to see here as Deport's gone wide there SP holding down that middle lane. Deport almost touching the outside wall, trying to give SP the room. So race off into 3 side by side for third. And Deport's car just not really handling the way he might. Although that might be because he's looking for a switchback. Can't seem to get on the power quite yet, as SP's strangely slowed down a lot for the corner. I'm not sure exactly why. That's allowed Deport to send it back on him. Meanwhile, Lodbrok's still back here, trying to take a peek around. I actually did not get to go around the field like per usual, so we'll go through the field now. Just take a peek to see at who's where. We have the 8 of Kenny with the 21 of Plater, the 1 of Storm, the 48 of Hack, the 99 of Sniper, the 6 of Ardeni, the 45 of Heathen, the 5 of Mr. J, the 12 of Drake, the 9 of Irate Pluto, the 24 of Mole, the 18 of Flash Champ, the 7 of Deport, the 4 of Hunter, the 17 of Tomato, the 42 of SP, the 43 of LRS, the 20 of Lodbroke, and we are back here at Kenny. We had a few returning faces here in UTLR for this race. One of them being Heathen, who I believe is making his second start on the season. Got up into the wall there, but he started in the 18th position so far, up 5 spots. It's been a solid effort for that 45 team so far. Battle for third has shifted a little bit. SP has fallen back to 6th, as now Deport really tight there. It's allowed Irate Pluto, who's finally regained his composure off of the start. He's now into 3rd place. He a bit of a distance away from our top 2 of Mole and Tomato, who are still engaged in this battle for the lead. This has been going on 11 laps strong. It's been interesting because the way Mole is driving this track, I mean, it is definitely how you would traditionally want to go about it. He's taking a very aggressive line. As you see right here, he's going to dive down into the corner, hard under braking. He goes very deep into the corner, washes up to the middle of the track, and he stays there throughout the duration of the corner. But the way Mole has been driving it, as we'll probably see here, he's not following that. He's actually entering a lot more higher, but that's allowing him for a lot more mid-corner speed and rotation, which Mole just isn't really having there because he's having to jam up on the brakes so much more and slow down. But because of that, it's actually a pretty good defensive line, because right when Tomato's getting there with all of his momentum and speed, Mole's just able to just stop that immediately. Tomato can't really do much unless he tries to go to the bottom or such. Now it looks like Mole's starting to open up a bit of a gap to Tomato. He's falling back a little bit. Checking on for Hunter. Not exactly his favorite track in the world, but he said he's going to just try and make it through the best way he can. As we see further up, I think that's Sniper putting LRS up into the wall, or excuse me, that might have been, no, actually I think that might have been Sniper. They were close by. I'm not exactly sure who put LRS up in the wall, but nonetheless the fact remains he was up in the wall. Battle for third, I believe, is starting to heat up. Flash Champs is trying to go underneath Irate Pluto, but the battle for the lead has changed places. Tomato is now up into the lead for the time being, barring a huge send from Mole going into turn number 3, but out of turn 4. Run should give Tomato the advantage, and to the lead goes the 17 for the first time tonight. As I said again, barring Mole sending it in again on the corner. And Tomato's being real generous here, giving him that inside lane. And that's just how his car is kind of set up. Mole's going to keep taking these chances, driving up. What he wants to do is, well, that's kind of the real estate everyone's fighting for on the track, is the middle, that middle lane right there. Right in the transition between, in banking, because right there on the bottom there's no banking, and then right here he's going to hit the banking. In the middle of the track he's also going to hit Tomato. But you want to be right in that middle area, right in between the two hash lines. That's the best part of banking on the track. That's the racing line. And, you know, if you're on the bottom like that, you're going to have to try and wash up, because you're going to need that part of the track to make the turn. And thankfully Tomato was smart enough to realize that, and he will now take over the race lead firmly from Mole's grasp. Third place is still falling back. They're still fighting. Flash Champs is still trying to work that bottom lane on Irate Pluto, but nothing seems to be working there for that M&M's machine. Heathen's little surge through the field is starting to pick up. He's already been up a few places since the last time we've seen him. And now he's working on the 488 of Hack, who's running really low on the track. Washing up there off of the corner, but 45, oh, really loose off of the corner. I was going to say he should have been able to get that overtake done, but couldn't quite get there. Storm, who started 10th. No, he's up quite a few positions since where he started. He's engaged in a battle with Plater, who did qualify third. Has not exactly shown that kind of third place speed so far, albeit that he might just be due to a setup issue. We'll see if that changes during the race. Usually he's not exactly a quick, or he's not a good starter. Like stage 1 he's kind of cold, and then like as the race builds up he usually starts to gain more speed, gain more confidence into the car. Looks like there's a bit of damage on that 45 machine. Right front damage, maybe hitting the wall, and I'm sure he just got more because he just completely bulldozed it, and he hit Kenny there as well, and back goes Heathen, falling after hitting that wall again, presumably with the damage he has. And where has Mole gone? My goodness. And I would have to take to the assumption that this is what happens on the duration of tire wear, because Mole has dropped way far off of Tomato as Mole sideways into the inside wall. This has got to be just because of the slider setup input going into the race. He has just dropped completely off of that lead kind of pace he had earlier. 22 laps in to stage 1. We are now just set with 15 to go, coming to 14. We are not going to have to make a pit stop this stage. We do have more than enough fuel and tire to make it. So with that logic, I don't think we're going to be seeing a pit stop come stage 2. Let's see, if Storm has 22 laps of fuel and we have done 23 laps, that means we could probably go 45 laps on a tank, on 2 tanks of gas. So 45 at max for fuel runs, which, I mean, I'm thinking that would mean green flag pit stops in the 3rd stage, but that's really that's about the extent of it. SP back bump, or puts the bumper to Irate Pluto. Gonna try and work underneath him. I think he's gonna be able to clear him without much issue as he runs a bit higher, trying to take that middle lane. Since in a deeper, Eddie's actually going to take advantage of that, not allowing Irate Pluto to take the crossover. SP now into 4th. Battle for 5th still wages on. Now Eddie taking over that middle lane from Irate Pluto. Pluto on the fall, now back to 6th. Deeport moving up into 5th. And right now it really just is about the 17 car right now. I'm assuming he went tighter on the setup, or he just has some better car control right now, because he is just pulling away at this point. Just running a very nice line, conserving those tires, not trying to lose grip or not trying to wear him out. Just doing a very nice job. Storm finally gets around Plater, working that very beautiful inside lane. Plater was our Daytona Xfinity Series winner. And actually, the more I think about it, I think Plater's swept both Daytona Xfinity races before. That's I think his third win at Daytona this season. And interestingly, I don't think that might be by choice, but Eddie has come down pit road, and what I'd have to assume is we'll ride on board our Denny to give ourselves an example here. When coming down there, you see that is the pit road commitment line there in the yellow, as it's actually Tomatoes coming to lap the 6 of our Denny. Oh, and we're under caution because of that, I believe. There was some damage to our Denny in the car up ahead, so I'm assuming that is the reason why we are under caution for the first time today. But, yeah, when some drivers get loose like that off of 4, they enter in really low trying to get a good run off. Sometimes they may end up catching that pit commitment line and then just get sucked down pit road. Deport is going to take the free pass with that. Pit road might be open. I'm not certain. Whew. Yeah, so pit road is open, and I'm no doubt that they're going to take 4 tires and no gas. Definitely are going to probably change their setups a bit, so we have less than 10 to go, so I think this is 8 laps to go actually in the stage. So could we see some pit strategy? Maybe we might. We'll see if anyone's that crazy though. Tires are crucial in New Hampshire, as they are pretty much anywhere. No, it does not look like anyone's going to be taking any major risk. Tomato will win race off pit road. I don't think the order is going to change much, barring people that probably either had damage or like our Denny, or maybe went to put some fuel in the car. I'm not sure why they would put fuel in the car though. And I'll tell you what, my hands are blistered. I was working the driveway today trying to shovel off some snow, and my goodness, probably should have worn gloves. Maybe that would have helped. But, yeah, I'm a little blistered with my hands. It kind of sucks. I don't really like it. No, but it's not a fun feeling. They will be choosing at the line here. Tomato leading us to the choose. He elects to go the inside lane. Mole electing to go to the outside lane. The switch of what we had going into the drop with the green flag, and now they'll be dropping the green flag here with just 5 laps to go in the stage. Or no, it'll be 6 laps to go. Yes, 6 laps to go once they take the green. And as far as what I think the preferred lane to restart on is, I think the safest route is the inside lane. I think if you want like an advantage, maybe the outside lane. I don't know. I don't think you can choose either lane, and I think you'd be fine. It's just as long as you get a good launch on whichever lane. Like, as long as you're doing good. Yeah. Right there, off the corner. Got to be ready, because Tomato is going to go right now. As he hits the gas, through the gears they go. Mole gets a great jump along with that entire outside lane, barring Storm. We're back underway here. 6 laps to go remain in stage number 2. Around the outside goes Mole. It's the advantage of having that outside lane. And Mole's going to clear. Bit of contact between the right front and left rear quarter panels. As now they race into turn 3. Mole big send SP to the back bumper of Tomato. Mostly just from rolling the corner. Otherwise, they stay straight. 5 laps to go remain in stage number 1. Now, into turn 1, Mole big send, like we've been so accustomed to seeing. Washes all the way up the racetrack. Tomato still sticking to that calm and cool line. Still under pressure from SP for second. And SP might be looking to make his move here. Down the inside he goes. Mole big lock up there, trying to keep that car going straight, as SP has to check up for Tomato. 4 laps to go now across the line. Mole still going big into the corners, but he's leaving so much space for Tomato to just come underneath him and take the lead away from him. As now they race down into turn number 3. What can Tomato do? He's going to go look to peek around his outside, but it ultimately just halted in his tracks. 3 laps to go now across the line. Like we said we said just a lap ago, Mole's leaving that entire inside to middle lane open for Tomato in turn 2, but he just can't seem to capitalize on it. Right here, maybe no. Mole is just so nice at just parking that car in the middle of the corner and not allowing Tomato to have anything. But it's going to be 3 cars under the blanket, 2 laps to go. SP still there, Flash Champs in 4th, trying to close. This might be it. Tomato puts the back bumper to Mole. He's using that apron there. That is legal. Can use that apron, and don't know how. I think it usually is effective in the 2020 cars. I don't know how effective it is now. But here we go. Bumper to the back of the 24. They're 3 wide for the race lead. SP trying to take a peek down the inside. 3 wide. 1 lap to go here in stage 1. SP now has the 2nd place position. Tomato's gonna run wide. SP using that apron, he's gonna get loose. Now Tomato has the advantage on the outside lane. What can he do? Final corner. Here in stage number 1, Mole drives it in deep. He'll be able to stay calm, cool, and collected as coming off of turn number 4. He will win stage number 1 here at New Hampshire. And I really think that off of turn number 4, coming to that green and white flag, that being on the outside just kind of messed with Tomato. Couldn't really do anything. SP got to where he needed to, but just could not hang on that flat part of the track. Ultimately just not allowing him to have any drive off the corner, and that's ultimately what kind of messed up with him. Oh, actually I need to check something. Storm stream just ended. I don't know why. So I will now have to switch my stream to load broke. I do have Heathen that is streaming. You should also go, another onboard stream is ccdn_Heathen. Should go there, and then for all of our in-race streamers, you should go drop a follow for them, because yeah, they're cool people and they do other stuff outside of this that are very entertaining. Regardless, stage 2 underway. Mole is leading into turn number 1 as Tomato. Oh my goodness, Tomato just gets, I think he just got bulldozed by the 21 of Clater. Shades of last week and the week before that, and probably the week before that. Tomato has, and I think he's recognized by his peers being so unlucky in the recent weeks just from getting bumped out of the way. It's like, man, this dude cannot catch a break. Does so good throughout the race as a fast car, and then, yeah, the shenanigans happens. I don't think that might have been a little different, though. He just completely hit Flash up the track. May have had some help, I would assume, as Clater now moves into 3rd. SP now challenging for the race lead. Big lunge there from SP. Up the track he goes, making Mole use that outside lane. He's out of the groove and up into the outside wall. SP takes the lead. Now Mole gonna send it in big deep, and I think the 18 got into Tomato. Oh man, we're gonna have to take a peek at this, because yeah, 18 got into the back of him. Don't know if Tomato will be too happy about that. They have been exchanging a little bit. Later around the outside of Mole, now around the outside of Flash Champs. Pluto, big lunge on the inside. That didn't work. He's up in the outside while Deport almost lost his car completely. He manages to keep it straight. They all semi-stay, composed. They're all hitting each other in the back, but they seem fine. We'll see what Tomato does here. Battle up in the front is getting very spicy. Mole, big lunge on the 42. Might have made some contact there, and yeah, we'll have to see off of turn number 4. Big run on the bottom for that 24 car. Is now into 1. I'm assuming he's going to take a huge lunge. SP going to take a lunge as well. around that outside lane. Can he do the crossover? Maybe. Flash Imps had his nose peak there. He almost chopped it off. SP now falling back to second, Mole back into the race lead. But look at that crossover from SP. Amazing corner entry speed. He's able to roll that all the way through the middle of the corner. This did a little better than Mole, because what Mole's doing is he's like braking super late, but that's also kind of sacrificing his like speed, like in corner entry as well. Like he's entering faster, but he's also, if someone else sends it in deep, then he's going to be screwed. I don't know how else to really say that. Big bump draft to the 24. As, Clater now peeking his nose in there. Makes a little bit of contact there with the 42. Deport's now actually racing Flash Champs for 5th. As he gets put up in the outside wall. Probably just not really clear on Flash's screen. Maybe just some bubble lag. Crimson Sniper up in the outside wall. 46 laps to go remain in stage number 2. We will have to make a pit stop somewhere in this stage. Tomato, I don't think I said he got into 3rd. Oh my goodness! Mole and SP into the wall. Mole back up in front of the field and keeps it pinned to the inside wall. Oh my goodness. Well, that was unexpected. Mole's been fighting a loose race car all night, though. We saw that in stage 1 when he fell off. And my goodness, that could have been nasty. Heavy front end damage for that 24. He's now found himself back here with the likes of Mr. J and Hunter. What the heck? 3 wide. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be looking. They're 3 wide at one point, and they're 3 under a blanket for the lead. I want to find that 3 wide battle. Well, okay, we're just going to go with this because this is like, looks like the 3 wide battle now. So, Tomato got really loose off the corner there. Clater is now going to take advantage. He'll move into 2nd. Top 5 now stands. SP leading, Clater 2nd. Tomato and Flash Imps in disputes for 3rd and 4th. And there's a big dispute here for 5th. Alright, Pluto has that currently. Goes 3 wide underneath the duo of Deport and Storm. Flash Imps missing the corner there. It goes wide. Where does Hack come from? He came out of nowhere. And LRS is back there, bringing up the rear. Contact made between Deport and Irate Pluto. Up the track, Irate Pluto goes, and I believe, I think Storm's making. I honestly don't know if that was like him intentionally making a pit stop because of the way he was arcing, because he did slow down a bit. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but nonetheless, he is on pit road. It'd be nice to see if he had that stream still up, but unfortunately, his stream crashed, and I don't know why or how that exactly happened. Now, what I'm curious is, are we going to throw a caution? No, it does not appear as though we are. I had sneaking suspicion that we threw a caution last stage because someone got caught up in pit road. Appears to be wrong, or proven wrong to me. 4 cars under a blanket right now. They've broken away from 5th on back. Flash Champ's big send on the 21. And now the 17 of Tomatoes to his back bumper. Moving him up the track. Later still under pressure there for the 2nd position. Side by side, exiting 2 Flash Champs. He's been trying a few times already. Can this be the one where he finally ends up in 2nd? Got a little tap there from Tomato. Off of 4, he should clear, and he does. Flash Champs now up into 2nd, trying to chase down that 42 of SP. Storm just up ahead of the leaders off of pit road. I don't believe he took anything when he came down pit road, so I believe he's still on the lead lap. Hunter and Mole are fighting back here for position. But I don't think either one of them wants to be in that position, and I don't think Deport wants to be behind Irate Pluto anymore, as he just got up and into the wall. And speaking of the person I almost just misnamed, where is One Bad? One Bad's not here tonight. Huh. That's a bummer. Actually, come to think of it, was he here last week? I don't know. I have pretty bad memory, like that. I don't know, like that kind of stuff. So I think he was. Huh. That's a bummer. Sniper getting passed up by Kinney. Lodbrok closing in on him for there. And, oh, Flash Shams is now going for the lead. And lost his chance at battling for the lead. 2. 3. Oh, SP really out of shape. Car got super tight there. Lost a ton of ground. And now Flash Shams is going to be on his inside going into 1. I don't know what just happened with that 482. I'm sure his car just got, like, super tight on him at some point there. But he just washed all the way up the track. And now Flash Champs is putting him under pressure. Big lunge there from the 18. Up the track he goes, holding down that middle lane, not allowing SP to get the good grip he needs. And Flash Champs clears new leader here at New Hampshire. Oh, car in the wall inside. That's D. Poor Eddie. Although, I think that was just to his door, so I think we're going to be fine. Or he doesn't look like he has too much damage, so he should be fine. 35 laps to go, I think that's what it said. I'm going to have to check that next time by. I think we're coming to 34. See this right now when Lodbrok comes across the line. That says 30. Yeah, so 34 laps, and they have around 26 laps of fuel. Dr. Clater, I'm assuming, lost his car out of turn 2 because he has just lost 4th place to LRS. He's had a rough go of it the last few weeks. Nice to see him up here in the top 5 right now, doing a solid job. Tomato moving up into 2nd. He's now trying to pressure his 1 number apart enemy, as the 18 is battling the 17. I just get a text message. Why? Tomato trying to close in again on Flash Champs. Okay, well, I think it's kind of established this at around like 20 laps in through their tire runs that some drivers are just starting to fall off. And I think we can kind of establish the 18 and the 17 as having the best long run cars right now, as their pace just seems to be elevated the longer they go. Irate Pluto into 4th place. Now you know. That's the show. Just kidding, yo. Boom. Cars. And I am not going to lie to you. I'm just going to have to leave you guys watching Tomato and Flash Champs battle, because, my goodness, I have got to use the broadcaster's room, so I will be back. Watching it through stream, it appears as though you had a very interesting battle for the lead so far while I was gone. Tomato and Flash Champ still extend their... Wow, that is a much larger gap. I think actually LRS is now up in the third now, correct? Yes. Change in position there. But... Oh, deep work going really deep into the corner. My goodness. How many laps do we have left to go in the stage? 25. So, given they're about 7 laps short, should probably be pitting less than 10 laps to go. Laps should tick by soon enough, but we have people coming into pit nonetheless. Mole and Hunter coming in to serve their first pit stops. Ira Pluto as well. And I didn't even think about that. Oh, Ardeni's now in, and Sniper. And I think that... Oh, Heathen's in as well. You know, I think people are having to short pit just because that's how bad the tire wear has gotten to them, or their cars have just gotten so loose to the point where they just can't go as long. Because, like, Loadbroke, who was in 8th, has his lowest tires on 45%, and he has 15 laps of fuel left. But because the cars are just so loose at this point, that they just have to come in. Or it's the fact that Tomato has to cover up the people behind him because they're about to gain a ridiculous amount of time. But for the time being, that now puts the 18 of Flash Champs into the lead, and that will now put the 43 of LRS into the lead because he has pitted. Lap car up ahead, I think that is Hunter, but he is just fresh off of pit road. So LRS is leading. SP, then D-Port. All the drivers, top 3 that have stayed out, and are going to try and run this long, bank on a caution, or just try and hope that staying out longer is a better change in fortune for them. Albeit with the fresher tires, everyone is going to be chasing it back down. As you see, here's the difference between short pitting and going long between Tomato and Flash Champs. Tomato being the first car up ahead from Flash Champ. You see the undercut is going to be massive for tonight's race. And as a matter of fact, tire wear, or just tires in general, going to be a big advantage. Even if it's a 1-lap advantage, tires are going to be so important for tonight's race. And ultimately car control as well. Because SPLRs are going to... They've gone about 5-7 laps now, just on older tires, and I know they can't make it to the end. So it's definitely a risky move, considering they could even go a lap down. Kenny is now coming into the pits. I mean, I know a lot of people probably might go a lap down that have stayed out right now. It's either that or they're trying to save gas. I can't hear any because I don't have any volume through my headset. But, oh, into the wall of 43. I would assume there is not much left that have stayed out. I think it was the last one. I think it is D-Port, but D-Port's just come in. Oh my goodness, hard impact. The 20 of load broke into the inside wall. He hit the outside wall, got loose. Now he's going to try and get himself centered. Wow, that was weird. And he gets back going like it never happened, although he's going to be feeling that with his massive amounts of aero damage he just incurred. You see Tomato has already closed that gap to SP and LRS by a lot. And, well, Tomato is a lap down to these guys. He is going to unlap himself. He's going to pass them, and then he's going to maybe be able to lap these two as they come into the pits, finally making their pit stop. Loadbroke also comes into pit to repair his damage. And this should cycle the 17 out as our new race leader. Or back into the race lead. Go into Heathen Stream. Problem with Heathen Stream and why I can't, like, it sucks to switch streams to his when I have to, is because he has ads on his, because he's a big creator. So I have to incur 30 seconds of ads just so I can switch and watch his point of view. So thank you, Heathen. Making the dough. Okay, actually, no, there is one car that has still not pit yet, and that's the 12 of Drake. Although he might need to, considering he almost just hit the wall right there. My goodness. But Drake is our race leader. He might be trying to save it to the end. Either that, or he's just going really long. Drake is known to being a really good fuel saver. Can he manage to save 6 to 7-ish laps? I'm sure that's what he's trying to do right there. By the way, he's like floating that all the way through the corner. I don't know who is in second. I think it might have to be Tomato, and Tomato is a fair distance away. Let's see, Drake entering 3. Where is Tomato? Tomato is exiting 2. SP and LRS do come out behind Mole and Irate Pluto. They come out almost a straightaway behind Tomato, albeit that might have been where they were regardless of had they have gone longer or on pit road, or shorter on pit road. It might have been at that distance regardless. Or come out at that distance, I don't know. Here comes Drake into pit road, making his pit stop finally. Just trying to get out there leading, and I think that should allow for the 17 of Tomato to take the lead once he crosses the line here. We'll check it on the map. No, actually, that's to get himself unlapped. So where exactly is Drake going to come out once he's done? Can Drake just take fuel in, like, right sides? Do you think maybe that could work? I don't know who I'm talking to, and I'm sorry for, like, switching around so much, but do you think Drake could do that? That might work. And, oh, that is what he's going to do. I was, like, thinking, wait a minute, if he can save that much, can Drake theoretically try and save this? And, unfortunately, he isn't going to stay out as the leader. Tomato is now in the lead by quite some margin. But, nonetheless, he is going to be making up some ground with that one, I would presume, from where he was prior. Hopefully, that's what he said. Maybe I mistimed it and he did take 4 tires. I'm not certain. The way I see it is it's Tomato, who's then followed by Flash Champs, followed by Irate Pluto, SP, LRS, the top 5. I think Mole is a lap down, having come in pretty early, as now Tomato is going to start lapping other drivers. Here he goes on Hunter. Next on the list is the 5 of Mr. J. We have 10 laps to go remaining in the stage, coming to 9. Pit road does close once Tomato hits 2 laps to go, although I don't feel like anyone else is going to be coming into pit road at that time. Cautions, I think, close at 4 laps to go. I think that's kind of what I've been accustomed to hearing now, is that it's 4 laps to go for cutoff, or 4 or 3. How much time is Tomato? But Flash Champs is starting to close. My goodness, very close call. The 4 there, almost hitting the inside wall. Flash is starting to close a bit, and that is a bit of due to the advantage he has on those tires. But I guess maybe that level of difference in tires isn't that grand. Mr. J trying to race for his life right now, trying to stay on the lead lap as Tomato's coming to 7 laps to go. He can try. Okay, now I'm assuming Drake did pit for 4 tires. He's fallen back a fair bit. Mr. J has to try and catch that 12. He does not want to be a lap down. Actually, he can be. He doesn't have to be afraid to be a lap down because he can get the free pass, or he can get the lucky dog. So I don't think he's too concerned about that, actually. Actually, it might be worse that he's catching them, because if he catches him, that means that he's going to have to fight for the free pass. Or he's going to fight for the lucky dog, which would definitely not be preferable when you could just be handed it. SP is now into the third place position. He passes Eric Pluto. Well, we were away from that view. Plater and Eddie, I'm assuming this is for 6th and 7th right here. Now just coming to 5 laps to go here now when Tomato crosses the line. We should have about a 75-ish lap final stage, I think, which is going to be very interesting when it comes to like the long run and the tires, because from what we've seen, they have to pit like halfway through their fuel run just to be comfortable enough to make it to the end. So I don't know what that's going to mean for people that are going to have to do a 75 lap stint where you are going to have to make one stop and you are going to have to make your fuel stretch, like run pretty far, because either way you cut it, your car is going to be absolutely toast. Right now, I think Tomatoes has found a great combination for long-term success and speed in that car. He's now closing in on Drake here, trying to put him a lap down. Drake going to lend him the inside here, not going to try and fight that. He still has the free pass, so he'll work to try and stay close. This should be 3 laps to go, I think. I have not been paying attention. Classically, I have not been paying attention. As per usual. Sniper and teammate Storm are fighting up ahead. Mr. J is closing in on them. Let's see. What lap is Tomato coming to? He's coming to 2 laps to go. Yeah, so we are on 3 laps to go. I guessed it right. Oh my goodness! Snipers just put Storm into the inside wall. I'm assuming he just got loose there, and that's how he got in there, but my goodness. Tough hit, and Mr. J is into the outside wall, and he's going to let Tomato go. But he's got to be careful because, oh, Sniper's in the outside wall. He slowed down a lot for that, and I mean a lot. I don't know. He's got to be careful because now Sniper has that free pass, and he might have just given up on that if he hit the outside wall because of it. Regardless, Tomato coming to see the green and white flag. Last lap here in stage number 2. Well, this has been a polar opposite from the last stage in the terms of we've have to see a green flag pit stop. We have to see what cars are going to look like on the long runs and seeing who is a real contender for this race win. Right now, like about 59 laps ago, 3 wide coming to the line. But regardless, 59 laps later, it's one man standing alone at the top as Tomato will win stage number 2 here at New Hampshire in pretty dominant fashion. Oh my goodness, LRS, oh, he spun off of turn number 4. He's going to enter down pit road. I think the game's going to penalize him for that. I'm not sure. He have spun down, and that's going to cost him some crucial points and positioning on the track. That is not going to be too helpful for LRS. Actually, that might be an advantage because he did spin down pit road, which means he's going to stay out and may be able to inherit the lead. He did fall from 5th to 7th, though, so yikes, not so good on that front. It goes Flash Champ 2nd, SP 3rd, Eric Pluto 4th, Deport 5th, Clater 6th, LRS 7th, Kenny 8th, Heathen 9th, and Hack rounding out the top 10. Free pass goes to the 99 of Crimson Sniper. And I just realized because LRS is on pit road, if anyone tries to stay out, that is going to allow for them to not be able to take a wave around. Instead, LRS is going to be able to, or is going to hold them to their lapped down status. Well, as predicted, LRS is now going to inherit the race lead because of that, although he may have to serve a penalty. We'll have to see what happens. I'm not certain he will. But here we go. We're racing to the checkered flag here at New Hampshire. Stage 3 is underway. We have 56 laps. Oh, wow, that is dramatically shorter than what I thought we were going to be doing. But, no, wow, I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought we were doing, yeah, and here we go. LRS is now going to serve what it would be his penalty for pitting with 2 laps to go. He drops to the rear of the field. It's a bummer. Honestly, no, I don't think that would have changed much if he had pitted regardless. Oh my goodness, they're 4 wide in the back of the field. Sniper somehow manages to squeak on through. Battle up front. SP is trying to close second off from Flash Champs, and I think he's got it there. Mole is going to be one to watch. Phoenix last week, he was in the back of the pack in the final 6-ish laps of the race, getting back on the lead lap because of a caution, and he worked his bum off and fought from like 18th to the victory. Can he do it in 56 laps time at New Hampshire here? And well, I wouldn't question it if he had the short run pace, and that pace was able to stick for longer than like 15 laps. But the problem is that after he hits, like, his tires start to fall off, he gets really loose, and it's just kind of rough to see as he just completely doored Storm in turn 3. I'm sure Storm is not going to be too happy with that. He might put the back bumper here to the 24. We'll see. We'll see here in the turn 1. I doubt that. You know, one of these days I'd just like to see some on-track beef. Like, I'd like to see, like, some people door banging, some people bumping and banging, or like some genuine beef. I think that'd be kind of fun. It's like, oh man, I'm sure he didn't mean that, and it's like, oh man, I want to be like, oh, we got to fight on the track. He's doored the shoot out of him. I don't know if I can swear, but you know what I mean. Our Denny's gone way wide. And that's allowed for Hunter to peek down his inside. Can't quite get the run off the corner. LRS is closing rapidly, trying to rebound from his penalty that he have it served. This Tomato now opens that gap back up to SP in second. Top 5 stays single file. Deport trying to work on Kenny. And I say this has been quite a good showing for Kenny the last few weeks. Honestly, like, he's gotten some good results that he's needed, and it's just been nice to see from that 8 team. So good job. Heathen on return in his second race. He's looked pretty good. He's looked about as good as we've seen from our past Xfinity champ here in UTLR. I think his name in the Discord is still 2021 Xfinity Series champion. But nonetheless, a legend here in UTLR. Albeit, from what I've seen in Next Gen cars and other series, usually his pace would be a lot higher. But I think this might be just a concoction of him not playing this game as much anymore, and maybe the Next Gen cars just not being his style. But nonetheless, a very impressive showing from the 45 machine tonight. See Mole still on his way, scything through the field. Now works on his teammate in the 43 of LRS. In the 3, this shouldn't be much of a competition. Or, no, it will be a competition, but, like, it shouldn't be too hard for Mole to get by with the pace he's demonstrated. Or maybe I've been completely wrong about that, because Hack just completely zoomed back on by through the outside lane. But we'll see here in the 1 and 2. Maybe I was wrong. It's kind of fallen off here a bit. He's in, but I won't say he's in a bit of no man's land. He's got a sizable gap to Kenny behind. Oh, I think that was a car in one another. LRS was up the track. He got hit by someone else. Maybe have some help from car behind. Maybe Ardeni. I don't know for sure. Yeah, crack my neck. Man, my neck is very stiff, so every like hour or two I gotta like crack it. So it's not that fun. As Flash Champ has gone into the rear quarter panel of SP and now has put his car into the outside wall, potentially getting some damage there. It's halted the progress of Irate Pluto behind in 4th. The 9 car will be destined to try and get, or determined to get around this 18 machine quickly. As the 9 was my pre-race prediction to win, and he has shown some good pace tonight. Just not exactly as good pace as Tomato has, but pace enough to maybe snag second, or if something very unfortunate were to happen to Tomato again, then yeah. I would say a lot of these races, this has been a classic Tomato race so far. Does good all night. He wins the stage. He's leading a bunch of laps. Stage 3, it looks like everything is going just right. And then something happens and he gets screwed over and finishes in 8th. And it's just everyone's like, man, when will this guy break back into victory lane? He is our Daytona 250 winner. And he won another race earlier this year, I believe that being Texas. I can't exactly remember. I know it was also earlier on in the season. But since then, it's just kind of been a winless streak for the 17. Done very good, but just can't quite close the deal. Tonight is looking like his best opportunity to do such. But behind him, he's got 4-ish very hungry cars to get their names back on the winners list, with Flash Champs, SP, and Irate Pluto all having gone winless so far through the first 12 races of the season, but all being past winners here in UTLR. So trying to get back again to their winning ways. They stand behind the test to see if they can get their win, behind that test being 17 of Tomato, who's been the class of the field so far. So that car on the wall I just spotted, it might have been, I think that was Crimson Sniper, and oh my goodness, Bull's done it again. He's spun into pit road. I think he had some help there from LRS. I think we caught that right as that was happening, but didn't get to see anything that transpired. But man, that is extremely unlucky for the 24. I don't think there's going to be much Cinderella magic this week for that, because that's very unfortunate for Mole. I think that might actually put him back down a second lap, potentially. I think he was a lap down from the last stage. He should be 2 laps down then, I think. Or he's gone a lap down. He's either a lap down or 2 laps down. I won't know until later. I think we've kind of reached that part of the run where Tomato's long run car kind of starts to kick in. Let's see, how many laps? Once he even crosses the line, we'll see how many laps Tomato has left to go. He has 39 laps to go. So we are in the window to make it to the rest of the way. If we make a pit stop here, we are good to go on fuel. Well, on fuel at least. As far as tire wear goes, I mean, we're good. We should be good on tires if we make another pit stop, from here on out. Well, I mean, obviously, as the laps go on, yeah, you're going to be 100% good. But, I'm just saying, if we were to pit right now and we were to go green the rest of the race, then our tires would make it. I don't know. Point being is, we're good on everything from here. Nothing is going to be of needing to save. Oh. Well, that's an interesting sight. Tomato just got loose there. Car slow on the front stretch in front of our leader, and that is the 4 of Hunter, who I think might have hit the inside wall. But the 17 of Tomato has interestingly just lost a bunch of speed. Hunter, good sportsmanship there, letting our leaders go. He will drop behind our broken away top 4, as Irate Pluto has continued to close in on SP. And Tomato is starting to run a lot lower line. He might have made an adjustment to that car he's not liking, because, well, we haven't really seen the 17 be loose all that much tonight. He hasn't had much issue getting around. And all of a sudden, this has now opened the door for the 2nd through 4th place car to try and take this lead away from him. See 17's car's twitching a little bit. Flasham's getting a big pull down the straightaway, now going to take the opportunity, send it up the inside. He's got the preferred lane, He's going to arc it back down. That's going to allow for Tomato to get a run off the corner. Going to go to try and side draft a little. I don't think side draft's a real thing in this game. I mean, everyone says it might be, but honestly, just say it for giggles, an excuse to hit someone. But they're not doing that here, obviously. Maybe it does work. I'm not sure. But some Flash Champs, that's not going to work. He's going to have to pull back down his inside, or down behind him. Now down to his inside. All right, Pluto's caught. Hunter is taking the road course for some reason. Probably just letting everyone go. Up ahead, lapped cars, Crimson Sniper. That is a few 5-ish laps away. Well, not 5-ish, I'm probably longer than that. Alright, Pluto's kind of dropped back a little bit. 5th place, I think, is still Clater. No, actually, yes, it is Clater. Behind, or in front of him, is Mole. So Mole on the fresher tires. He is good to the end, which is interesting, considering how this could play out. If they go green, where would Mole cycle out? Because he would get, I think he would get his laps back. Well, if he can unlap himself, first of all, that would be huge. So, but I don't know where that would put him as far as, like, if he'd be on the lead lap or not. If he's able to catch him, unlap himself, and then they pit. But Flash Champs made the inside lane work there, and now we have the 18 back up into the race lead. Second time tonight we've seen Flash Champs up into the race lead. And I do recall him saying that he would be a threat come this race weekend. He does show some impressive speed on short tracks, and, well, nonetheless, here he is leading more laps tonight here than I think he's led this whole season. Probably, that's probably not true. Contact between the 17 and the 42. But nonetheless, it's been a very good showing for that 18 team tonight. I think all these cars are starting to drive very, very slippery. Like they're all starting to lose a bunch of grip. 99 Crimson Sniper going a lap down. He will relinquish the track space, and I've just been hit with 3 ads coming from a One Heathens stream. Thank you, man. Man, looking at this, I really want a Jackrap right now. A Jackrap from Jack in the Box. No, I actually don't. But that's just what I'm seeing. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! I don't know when the iRacing 24 hours is gonna happen. Since I'm not an iRacing guy, but I like to watch like some iRacing stuff. I don't know when that's happening, but I know like it's near. So I'm gonna try and tune into that when I can, or like the official one, because I know there's the iRacing 24 hours and there's a bunch of them, but there's only there's one official one where it's like the major one, the big one, but then there's just a bunch of like side ones where it's like a 24-hour race and it is like 24 hours at Daytona multi-class, but it's not like I don't know how that works, because it's like people say you just won the 24 hours of Daytona, or racing 24 hours of Daytona, and it's like, yay, but was it like the official one that like iRacing streaming or something? I'm not sure. Regardless, side tangent over. Tomato makes a very interesting call. He's the first one to come into pit road. Obviously not feeling his car in so far. He is the first one to make a move of that caliber. Now allowing for Flash Champs to take the lead. 27 laps remain. And we are on 13 laps left on our fuel wear. About 44's percentage for their tires. And in comes Flash Champ. In comes Irate Pluto, albeit into the grass. And that might mess him up as he's now driving in circles on the track. What is going on? And now that's going to be able to reset him. But that entry just completely screwed Irate Pluto. And man, he's not going to be too happy with that. He's now finally made his pit stop. Flash Champs on pit road. We're not tuning into the race leaders right now, as we want to see where the 18 is going to merge out in reference to the 17, as they were the top two. here comes the field. And it does look like Tomato, who did pit a lap earlier than the 18, is being held up by not lap traffic, but traffic, most specifically Heathen, Deport, and Plater. And now that's allowed for Flash Champs to jump Tomato here on pit road and put himself up a bit of a gap. For the lead, SP did pit as well. We'll see where he merges. He's going to merge probably behind them, maybe next to him. This is a very interesting part to rejoin as they're 3 wide. SP's going to have to try and make some room for himself. That's going to push Plater to make this very aggressive move now on Deport. And Tomato is just stuck behind a stone wall, that being Heathen and Plater. Plater now ducking onto pit road. So I guess LRS did also come into pit road, or others have come into pit road. So Deport is actually the race leader. So that 7, he is the race leader. The 45 of Heathen, that is second place. They are on the lead lap, so this is trying to get their lap back. Flash Champs should emerge as the race leader once this all cycles out. I forgot LRS was further back. My apologies. And 24 has merged ahead of the rest of the group, so I'm wondering if he's back on the lead lap or not, or how that played out. Regardless, SP and Tomato have now found their way around the race leader of Deport and the second place car of Heathen. Both have yet to make a pit stop, but I think that changes now. In comes the leader, Deport. Now going to cycle Heathen into the race lead. First laps he has led all season. First laps he's led today. But when I mean all season, I mean the 2 races, like this race and Vegas, in which he ran. So not fair to say season. My bad. This is starting to be pretty interesting. SP is now in a golden opportunity to get an oval victory, which, I mean, it's not foreign to SP, but you know, still a bit of a not a surprise. He's won an oval. What am I talking about? He won at Chicagoland in the Xfinity Series. I mean, more or less in Cup would be kind of surprising. I don't know. Nonetheless, he's grown on ovals, man. He's gone better. No. Every time I think of SP like doing good up front in an oval, I'm like, man, that's kind of shocking. But it's like, he's good on ovals, so it's like, damn. I just think of him so much more as like a road course racer. I don't know. Anyways, SP battling for the lead or the soon-to-be race lead with Flash Champs. Heathen has still not made his pit stop yet. Down the inside he goes, using a little bit of his front bumper, trying to get some leverage out of the corner. He has to back off, but now Flash Champs has overcooked the corner. Heathen has come in to make his pit stop. As side by side they go down the back stretch into turn 3. Big, oh my goodness, that was a bit of lag from 17. But a big lunge from him as SP should come across and take the race lead from the pitted 45 machine. The question remains is, do I have to switch to Heathen's on board, or do I have to switch back to Loadbrokes? Because those are my only 2 options, and Loadbrokes soon to be a good lap down, and Heathen is about half a lap down, but on the lead lap. Ooh. So SP is the race leader. This is confirmed the top 3. 4th place, I don't even know if that's 4th place back on the front stretch. 4th place, I actually think, is this battle right here between Irie Pluto, Clater, and Deport. I think, yeah, that would make sense because Irie Pluto, who was right behind what would be the 3rd place car right there, has now fallen completely off. As there's a kind of, what's the word for it? Accordion effect. I'm like, I was about to say elevator effect. I'm like, what is it? That's not right. What is an elevator effect? No, accordion effect. I forgot it. But right there in 3 and 4. Now, half a lap later, they've spaced out a bit. Flash Champ's still all over the back bumper of SP. And Tomato is starting to drive this a lot more aggressively. You can see his car getting more unstable. And that probably isn't lag, but that's more of the game kind of insinuating from our spectating point of view that Tomato is starting to be way more aggressive on the brakes, and his car is starting to wiggle a bit entering the corner. Tomato gets a really great 1 and 2 there. Flash Champ's not so much on the apron. He tried to look underneath SP. That didn't work, and now that's going to cost him his second position around the outside. 17 goes to second place. He now is in the chase down SP. One thing that has been fairly impressive so far, and we just have about 14 laps to go, so we're coming to the closing end stages of this race. This is kind of where it kicked off last race, but you know what, for the sake of it, why not? I'll just say it. We've only had one caution for cause today at New Hampshire, and considering what I thought this race was going to be, I thought this was going to be pretty chaotic. I thought we were going to see a few cautions. This has been great. It's been a great race so far. I've really enjoyed it. I mean, there's been a lot of great battles, and man, I mean, I'm actually shocked that we've only had one caution for cause. Outside, oh my goodness, Ardennis just hit Tomato! Oh no, that was a horrible incident between teammates. Off of the corner, Ardennis gave the room, but I think Tomato just got on the gas too early and hit Ardennis, and that just cost him second and potentially a chance of this victory. Because now the gap between the leader SP and Flash Champs in second has now increased. And there it was, that bad luck of Tomato striking in an instant. Little lag spike out of the 24 up ahead. Fourth place, still far back. I think you can't still see him. Tomato's car, he definitely has damage from the way he hit the inside wall. It's just a matter of how that's going to affect him in the race. I don't think that'll affect him much as this race goes on. But he noticeably is starting to drop off a bit from the 18 and the 42. He is going to probably need a caution in order to salvage a chance of victory. Oh, what the? The 4 is using teleportation magic on the Magic Mile. By God. 10 laps to go remain in this race. They're coming to 9 laps to go. As we look backwards, see Tomato still starting to lose time. Flash Champs now closing in on the 42 of SP. Now SP is third in points, trying to close in on Tomato for second. This would be a big effort for SP to try and get back into regular season title hunt. As we still have 16 rounds to go, and with an 80-point gap between Mole and second place, I mean, it seems pretty far, but that's still very manageable, with the time remaining. So we now have 8 laps to go here in the race. SP has not won. Neither of these top two have won yet this season. So this is going to be a fairly aggressive fight. Lap cars are up ahead. Mole up ahead of the leader SP, and Storm just up ahead of him. Go on board SP here. It was just last night that SP lost the lead on the final lap to myself, and coming across the stripe, he lost by just about truck length. And he comes into tonight looking to seek retribution and get one position better here at New Hampshire, of all places. It's coming to 6 laps to go. Does have teammate up ahead LRS, but he does seem that is a little too far away out of reach. He is locked in a battle with Loadbrook though, so we'll have to see. But Mole is going to make some interesting issue for SP because Mole is very fast right now. He still is fast. I'm assuming he is going to let SP go here. but definitely made it a bit of a challenge because SP completely overcooked the corners. Not going to get a good exit off because of it. And now Flash Champs is behind. He gained a little bit, but he equally now has to go through the same issue that was Mole in trying to get around him. 5 laps to go in the race, and Flash Champs starting to send it really deep into the corners. Can't necessarily find the grip, but now it's just him and SP again. Storm just up ahead. LRS still in the frame. Coming off of turn number 4. SP will see 4 laps to go. Tomato's far back. I think he's out of it. Or he is out of it. I do not think we will see a caution yet to stack the field back up. Or yeah, we won't see a caution stack the field back up. This is going to be crazy. That 18 is closing. Coming out of turn number 4, it'll be SP seeing 3 laps to go here at New Hampshire. Flash Champs has closed it down significantly. And LRS and Storm are about to fight up ahead of them. That is for position. But what is that going to mean for SP as Storm's taking that middle lane? That's affecting SP in the middle of the corners, not giving him the lane he wants. Maybe giving him some dirty air, who knows. 2 laps to go here at New Hampshire. Oh, and the 42 puts the bumper to the 1. He's trying to get him to get out of the way, but SP can't get it there. LRS is going to relinquish the spots. Storm is going defensive on SP. SP going to have to be forced to take an aggressive move. Moves the 1 out of the way, and that's going to sacrifice his corner speed as here we come out of turn number 4 to see the white flag. Last lap here in New Hampshire. The gap is now closed from first to second. A bumper to the 42 of SP. Up the track he goes. Storm is in the way, and now Flash Champs runs him up the track. SP's up into the outside wall. Flash Champs to the lead. Now, what does the 42 do? Into the final corner. A lunge from the 42 of SP. There's contact. Side by side out of turn 2 and 4. It's a drag race to the line. I think it was SP. Looking at the map, it is SP. What a finish. That's got to be one of the closest finishes I have ever seen in this game. My goodness. 5 thousandths of a second was the gap between SP and Flash Champs. My goodness. What a race. Oh my goodness, man. That was insane. What a finish. Fastest lap of that race goes to SP 28.6. And SP immediately says, "Oh my gosh, let's go, woo," and stuff like that. He actually did get a nice picture of the top 10 for me as well when he showed me the gap of victory being 5 thousandths of a second. SP, your winner. Flash Champ second. Tomato third. Irate Pluto fourth. Deport fifth. Heathen sixth. Clater seventh. Kenny eighth. Hack ninth. And LRS 10th. And we will go ahead and get the invitations out to SP, Flash Champ, and not Irate Pluto. Tomato. Oh my lordy lord. SP tried to win by more than a car length challenge. Impossible. That was insane. Oh goodness. Well, hello, gentlemen. Um, if you guys would include your audio, that would be much appreciated. We're going to go ahead and get these post-race interviews started. We're going to go ahead and start off with our third place finisher here of Tomato. Tomato, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Tomato, same song, different dance, unfortunately, this week. He had an amazing car throughout the race, was leading for probably over half the race, and unfortunately, in the closing stages, some contact with your teammate unfortunately derailed the chance of getting that third win on the season. Talk me through your race, man.
Overall, I'm honestly extremely happy with my finish considering how the last month and a half has gone for me. It sucks, yeah, that I kind of maybe got screwed out of win. I don't know. Might have got to the SP, who knows? But this third place, it's huge, especially for how bad this last month and a half has gone. And of course, especially the person I make contact with is my own teammate.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate situation there, and you do get another stage win on there, so you do gain points on Mole. As far as the regular season title goes, there's 15 races left. Gap should be around 74-ish. How are you feeling in these final 15 rounds?
Honestly, I was looking at the schedule the other day, and I feel like for me, this part of the schedule is the most difficult for me. And the next all the way up until Sonoma, in my opinion, are my best tracks and my best opportunity to win and take advantage of anything I can.
Mm. And going into next week is the All-Star race. So how are we feeling about the All-Star race for you, man? How you feeling?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to participate considering I had to drop out midway through the season last year. I wasn't able to qualify, but I'm not sure if I'm in the open. If I am, it'd be amazing, Not have to sit out a week, enjoy some fun points paying racing, just some good hard battling. That'd be fun.
Absolutely, man. Well, congrats to you on your third place finisher here, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Now move on here to our second place finisher here of Flash Champs. Flash, you got a copy, man.
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, you came as close as that was one of the closest finishes I've ever seen in racing. Trying to get your first win on the season, came up just 5 thousandths of a second short there, man. What happened there?
Well, flat traffic kind of helped a little bit. I kind of used up SP in 1 and 2. I didn't mean to use up SP like I did in 1 and 2, but I kind of expected him to return the favor in 3 and 4, and that's kind of what happened. He did everything he needed to do to win a race, and I did everything I needed to do to win a race. Just came up a little short.
Yeah, and considering how this season's gone for you, man, and this being as close as you've gotten to victory lane, how do you feel as far as being that close to winning?
It it just sucks, but we're getting momentum. We got momentum after the All Star race next week. We're getting closer and closer to getting that elusive win. Just got to keep putting the consistent finishes together, and we'll get there.
Absolutely. And looking further on, the next points paying race is Gateway. So how are we feeling about that?
I feel pretty good about Gateway. I've been strong there a couple of times. I almost had a win in the trucks there. Uh, Tire popped at the end. LRS ended up winning, so we're feeling pretty good about Gateway in 2 weeks.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations to you on your second place finish. You had a great race.
Thanks, sir.
Now moving on to our race winner here of SP. SP, you have a copy.
I got a copy.
Oh my goodness, SP. Well, you win in some very interesting ways, man. I'll tell you that for sure. Well, I mean, this might be one of the craziest. 5 thousandths of a second coming into that final lap, what leading and getting held up by lap traffic. What was racing through your mind?
I ain't losing again like I did last night. I ain't going second. I'm not losing on the last lap 2 nights in a row. It's not happening like that. Knowing Alex, I'll put it nicely. I'm not trying to get another suspension. He should have probably moved out of the way, but I know what he's racing. He's racing against, I guess, Luke in front of him, but Luke got away and he passed him, so I don't know necessarily what he was doing there, but I mean, he's racing, just trying to see if anything happens, and I'm racing for the win against Flash, and Flash sent it in me right there at the on the last lap, first corner. And when he got by me, he drove away, and I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just sent it in there below the line, downshifted the third gear. Somehow it stuck. I got right to his corner, gave him a little nudge up the track, and he had to check up, and we just freaking drag raced it across the line, and we got the win. I've been wanting to get a cup win so long, man. It's been a real good year from us here in the Legacy Motor Club 42. I've been trying to get a win. I've been so close so many times this year, and just stupid mistakes I've made. I mean, I almost blew it again earlier. I missed pit road, missed the commitment line there, and I almost freaking sped there. So that was great. I'm glad I was able to correct that. But I don't know. It's just been a crazy year for us. I mean, we've probably been one of the best cars. We're top three in points. I mean, we're showing that we're definitely a championship caliber. I was just waiting on that one elusive win, and we got it tonight. And you said it best. I win in the weirdest ways possible. I find a way to win in any situation, and tonight I had the closest finish league history for a while. So yeah, it's this one felt good. I mean, I'm gonna definitely think about this a while. I'm not really too fond of these short tracks. I'm more of a road course guy, but. Yeah, we'll move on to Gateway in 2 weeks. I believe we got the All-Star race coming up next week, so kind of take a break there, kind of relax, just race for fun, and we'll get back to work at Gateway.
Absolutely, man. And well, you wish to uh, get anything off your chest, or
Yeah.
shout out anyone you want? The floor is yours to do so, man.
First off, I'll shout out Luke because anytime in these situations, he's always telling me, helping me out with breathing exercise. This guy tend to get you know, very hyped up, and he's always trying to calm me down. He'd be a great spotter if I actually did racing, man. He's such a good dude. He knows when to calm me down. He knows what I need to do to relax. When Flash got by me, he's like, "You could get him. You got him. Just keep pushing. You could do it." And I always try to listen to him. He's got great advice. And then the next thing I want to say is I'm unsuspended now from the Xfinity series, so I can start qualifying people. And hopefully we don't have to go back down that route I did last week. And apologize for you to hear that, but from last week. But yeah, we were unsuspended. It is time to cook.
Yeah. I also demand an apology to my viewers for violating their eardrums last time you were on my interviews. I demand an apology.
We had Mad SP, and now we have Happy SP.
Yeah, what a difference a week makes.
Exactly.
What a difference a week makes. Friendships formed, changed people, changed feelings, and now everything is happy and sunshine and rainbows. And then we have Gateway next week, which will probably be the exact opposite.
Great.
Well, nonetheless, fantastic win for you, SP. Congrats on your first win on the season.
Thank you, guys.
Well-
Thank you for broadcasting.
Of course. Well, that'll do it from us here from the UTLR Cup Series. Tune in next week, same time as always, as we head out to the All-Star race weekend. It's going to be an exciting night of action there. But as for us, that'll do it from us tonight. Thank you all so much for tuning into this live broadcast. And until next time, my friends, take it easy. Good night.